Thanks to you, Vajrunner people need no longer live in fear. You have done us a great service this day. Long shall my sisters sing the praises of the Icon Slayer. Let us bear word to them of Sri Lakshmi's passing. Come, friends, to Viranilya. Ah, the winds whisper of your success, and your eyes confirm their testimony. The Lady of Bliss no longer holds our Quilana sisters in her thrall. For this, we thank you. Illusion did the deed. We were but witnesses to her heroism. However, I fear this is only the beginning, for there is no cure for that which strives as desperate to beseech the gods for salvation. Should they wish to use their crystals to summon Sri Lakshmi again, naught can be done to stop them. We ignore our sister's plight at our peril. This we know. We shall endeavor to show them another path, so that the day you speak of never comes. We're all in this together, Elamigans and Ananta. We understand that. Hopefully in time they will too. You and yours will never be friends of the Vera. On that, you have my word. We should be getting back to the peering soon. So thank you again, Sarisha, for everything. Ah, there it is. It's like, where's the thing? Where is it? Welcome back. Conrad and Marshal Terrapin came to render aid, but I hear that won't be necessary. It won't. Sri Lakshmi's gone. Ah, but I should probably start at the beginning. Incredible, I don't know what to say. If you hadn't been there to stop her, who knows where it would have ended. You saved a lot of lives, Illusion. Take pride in that. It must be said that this is something of an unprecedented situation. Previous summonings were, to my knowledge, planned well in advance by a tribe as a whole. Indeed, there are several aspects of this incident which bear further investigation. In any event, the Quilana's supply of crystals must remain limited for the foreseeable future, and ambient ether levels closely observed. Understood. The Alliance will consult with the Resistance and the Vera on how to best enforce said restrictions. Thank you, Vice Marshal. To other matters, then, what news of the Imperials? None, which itself is troubling. It seems as though the Skulls and the remainder of the garrison have fully withdrawn into the peaks. We've seen neither hide nor hair of them since Veladina. Regardless of the reasons, our path is clear. Father has decided that it is time to advance east. Finally. He was also most emphatic that you be spared further duties for the present. You are to rest. It would not do for the warrior of light to collapse from exhaustion during the march. We may not be as strong or as quick as her, but we are soldiers nonetheless. We can deal with the Imperials. Ah, you've earned this respite, so enjoy it. And the same goes for you, Nago. You've been away from your family for too long. Don't deny it. As you say, sir. Thank you. We'll make the most of our time here. See with Nago again? Looks like it's up to me and mine to give you lot a proper welcome. My mother prepared a special meal for this occasion, and I have it on good authority that hers is the finest cooking inside this side of the Veladina. Don't we all... Well, I think most people generally are on the idea that their mother makes the best food. Honored guests, I pray you partake of our humble offerings as we give thanks for your many valiant deeds. Thank you, sir, for this warm welcome. We are honored to break bread with you and your family. Come, come, eat your fill of your food and deep drink of our spirits. There is more than enough for all. Well, when you put it that way, I don't mind if I do. She wasn't kidding when she said her mother could cook. You know, seeing her with her family, I can't help thinking of my own. How my father would come home from a hunt with dinner on his shoulder, and Ida would prepare it with herbs and spices. Our mother died when I was little, so she did most of the cooking. We didn't have much, but we had each other, and that was enough for me. But they wouldn't let us have even that. Theodoric, Gaius, of course, father and Ida had to fight. I would have to, if I'd been older, but they didn't have to die. Never ends, does it? They call us beasts and they treat us like them. They push and they push and they until someone pushes back, until someone takes up arms or summons a god, a false god. If the 12 are watching this, what are they thinking? They're thinking when they see the strong hurt the weak, when people fight and die and nothing gets better, and it goes on and on and on. You'd have to ask them. You can't really understand what something of that magnitude would be thinking. I mean, gods are such, since they're more or less in a different sense of reality, they wouldn't think like us, they wouldn't act like us. I don't think gods listen to people like me. Thanks for listening. I know I was just rambling, but I feel better somehow. Who knows what the answers are, or if there even are any. Either way, life goes on and we've got to go with it. Sorry, that sounds better in my head. I must be getting tired. Time to turn in, I think. Tomorrow's another day, eh? Let's see what it brings. Sleep well. What do I want to drink now? Now that that screwdriver is done. Still have plenty of rum. Why are you go get the candy rum? That stuff's dangerous, though. There's something to be said for a home-cooked meal, is there not? We must cherish these moments, fleeting as they are. The fight will always be there, waiting for us to return. Alvina hopes that you are ready to rejoin the main host. I trust you are well rested and refreshed, yes? Then let us return to the front. The greater part of the Alliance forces should have advanced into the peaks by now, but I expect we will pass many of our comrades on the road east. There is a checkpoint along the way, as I recall, but we will need only to identify ourselves as soldiers in order to pass. So it's been a really kind of cool, productive night. Got a couple raids, got to chat with a few people here and there. Got some raid drops I've been looking for. Now whether or not I can craft the one raid drop or not, or the one weapon once I finish using those Insidiouses, I don't know. We'll have to find out. Signs, a pleasure to have you all with us again. You'll all be happy to hear we've taken Gearly and have already begun fortifying it as our new base of operations in the peaks. Give a shout to the lads as you pass, eh?
I remember how they laughed. Alliance and Resistance soldiers, eager for battle, trading jokes as we marched east towards the peaks. Beyond this last line of defenses lay the locks and the city. Breaching it would be no small feat. But we beat the Imperials back, just like that. And we liberated a village, the first of many.
Start the oven. As you can see, this part of the peaks is much higher than northern reaches, hence why the Imperials built speculum apparatus where they did. See those 3 towers to the east? That's her. She sits on the right on the edge of the cliff, so attacking from the north is a fool's errand. From the south, on the other hand, she's no different from any other Imperial installation. You see now why Villadine was so important? Right then, come along. They're waiting for us in Alighieri. Okay, I think that's the 8th rate in the nearby town. It makes me think of the aliens head, or the alien heads, from the movie Independence Day. Which was seriously the sequel to that was seriously lacking without Will Smith. I mean, granted, don't get me wrong, Michael B. Jordan is an excellent actor. It just wasn't the same. Here we are, the new base of operations for Alliance and the Resistance. Ah, there you are. Greetings, General. I see you have been quite busy in our absence. Less than you may imagine, the Imperials fled at our coming, and we took the village without a fight. Your timing is impeccable. We were about to discuss our strategy to seize Specula Imperatoris. Though we are fresh from the road, we should be glad to attend. Good. Take a moment to gather yourselves and join us when you are ready. Naga would rather not keep General Alden and the others waiting. Well, you heard the Flame General. Looks like we've got a meeting to attend. That everyone, then let us begin. Alighieri is ours, and for our mercy we took it without losing a single man. But we dare not grow complacent. Specula Imperatoris will not be so easily won. If I may, General, should we not pause to consider the Imperial's motivations? For Xenos to surrender a fortified settlement of strategic importance without so much as firing a shot is inexplicable. We searched the village and found no traps or other signs of sabotage. Suspicious though it may be, I will not refuse this gift from our enemy. The path to Alamigo is through the east, though. Specula Imperatoris and cast from Abania It bears repeating, however, that the latter is home to a massive cannon with unparalleled range and destructive power. Which means that we will need to strike Specula and Portoris quickly, both to limit their ability to locate our forces in the field, and to utilize the installation as a shield against attack, as they would doubtless not risk damaging the towers. I see, then we have no choice but to accept what we have been given. Aye, that's the way of it. I've no doubt that Xenos has got something planned, but just have to deal with it when the time comes. To the assault then. The main host will commence a direct assault on Specula Emperor Taurus. During this time, I would hold the Scions in reserve at Aligiri to deal with any Imperial forces that may be dispatched in response. Understood. Wait a minute. We should be fighting with you and the Resistance. I understand you don't want to rely too much on Illusion after what she's been through, but at least let the rest of us do our part. And they're indicating my oven's ready. Thanks, I knew you would understand. Maybe best if I come to you, Alice, so I can stay with Illusion. I'll go if you must. The two of us can take care of ourselves. You have your orders. Dismissed.
Oh, my head.
Let us see. So, she lives. Impressive. Or merely lucky, though that too may prove a useful trait.
My lord, what have you done to me?
Though we Guardians are intellectually and physiologically superior in almost all respects, we lack the hereditary traits required for the reliable manipulation of ether, hence our unique inability to wield magics. This deficiency, for want of a better word, saw us subjected to decades of oppression by the lesser races, and we were eventually driven to seek shelter in the cold northern reaches of Ilsabar. Fortunately, said region was replete with vast deposits of ceruleum, which proved instrumental in the development of Magitech. A revolutionary technology conceived to compensate for our disadvantage. It was with Magitech that we grew strong, that our nation became an empire. Yet, ultimately, this was an extrinsic solution to an intrinsic problem.
Gotta like some cold pizza.
Was not a crude
Well, I got
device
some
to
in
be
the oven.
used in lieu of magic. Through modification of the Garlean genome, I argued that it might be possible to enhance a subject's ability to manipulate ether, effectively empowering them to wield magics. Alas, my theories were met with consternation in the Imperial Court. Only Lord Xenos, with commendable foresight and wisdom, deigned to support my research.
You gave me this treatment, but I'm not Garlean.
Alamegan, through and through. What you have been granted is far greater than mere magic. Before that lesser light, it is as a second sun.
I am informed that Alighieri was recently occupied by the Resistance, and that an attack on Specular Imperatoris is considered imminent. This could provide an ideal opportunity to test her performance in the field.
Your skulls, was it? They have joined the garrison at the Watchtower?
Yes, my lord. By your leave, I would rendezvous with them and lead a counterattack against the insurgents.
No. Even were you to leave now, you would not arrive in time. There is another duty I would entrust to you.
Found you.
I knew something bad was going to happen, but like I said, for years I was a notorious scene skipper, so... So full of fire and anger, weren't they? Well, I wouldn't worry too much. They're strong and they have each other. I just remember the trouble having to speak up. I wasn't about to let Lise go alone. Alice is ready to depart Alighieri when you are. We have a fair bit of ground to cover, so we should split up. If you come across any Imperial soldiers, you know what to do. Oh, and so you know, I sent word to Ehrenvold's squadron. They're already searching other nearby areas, so we have allies in the event we encounter anything beyond our means. Well, that's one location. Unfortunately, we had to have a fight with a dog. Poor doggo. Okay. Give me a moment. Say again if you would. No, maintain your distance for now. Understood. Keep me apprised of any developments. That was Aaronvold. The pair that was spying on us in the fringes has followed us here. What about you? Any trouble? Any others think we might be due for some peace and quiet? Glad to hear you dealt with them. I hope the Sultan Specula Imperatoris is going well.
Whoa! You've improved, lad.
Come now, father. You lured the fool onto my blade, and do not try to deny it.
Yeah, sure he did.
Our work here is all but done. What of Conrad and his men?
They are for the main tower. The skulls have offered fierce resistance thus far, but Conrad seems to believe he can convince them to lay down their arms.
Then we will tend to the stragglers down below. With me!
Report.
Enemy forces have overrun the lower facilities and appear to be mounting an assault on the main tower. We have already received a request for reinforcements. A unit of legionaries has been mustered and is ready to depart. They await your orders, Commander.
Stand down.
Commander?
Tell them to stand down.
Commander, if I may, our people, your people are still in there. They will be slaughtered.
You think I don't know that? I want nothing more than to help them. To lead the bloody charge. But I have my orders. Lord Xenos said no reinforcements. He would have us use the main cannon to destroy the installation.
What? Kill our own soldiers? You must be mistaken.
Mayhap you'd like to ask Lord Xenos yourself.
She's not any happier about it than you are, dude.
Initiate the firing sequence. Wars are won on the backs of the dead. Theirs and ours. There is no truth but this. We must remain firm and resolute and always, always do our duty. Now, give the order.
Initiate firing sequence.
Aye, aye. Initiating firing sequence. Release safety locks. Deploy main cannon.
Hansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn. For us, for our people, for our future.
I need you to confirm the target, Commander.
Specula Imperatoris, main tower. Fire when ready.
This is one massive cannon.
What in the seven hells?
Long-range artillery.
Those treacherous bastards. Their people were still fighting. Full retreat! Now! Relay the orders!
Understood. All forces retreat! I repeat, all forces retreat!
You heard too, didn't you? It must have been the cannon cast from Abania. But that was an Imperial installation. The troops were still... Damn it, no one's responding. I don't know if the shell was being jammed or... We have to go right now. They need our help. The fear in Alice's eyes is unlike anything you've ever seen before. This way, there's no time to lose. It's worse than it looks. He probably wasn't even... Pull yourself together. The gate. This is our way inside. I'm glad you're here. In case it isn't obvious, the Imperials fire on us, on speculated Imperators. I don't think they had it in them to kill their own men just to kill us. Gods damn them all. Where's my brother? Tell me where he is. I want to see him. He was in the tower when I was struck, but that need not mean anything. Our forces are still evacuating and many remain unaccounted for. Alice, listen. There are soldiers wounded and dying all around us. Soldiers with families just like you and me. They need our help. Do you understand? He's right. I'll take the north, you take the east. Everything hurts. I think I was struck by Grebe from the tower. Wait, I know you. Ward of House Fortemps. We fought together on the Steps of Faith. You saved my life back then and now. I can walk, thank you. 1,000 times, thank you. Conrad, can you hear me? Naga, put him down over there. You know what? I'm getting actually really tired, so I think we'll actually, as much as I plan to try and do 3 hours of MSQ tonight, I don't think it's going to happen. Then we'll finish up this quest and then we'll raid someone.
Conrad, speak to me!
It was all so sudden. Conrad had just convinced the last few skulls to surrender when we heard the bang and everything started to shake. We carried the survivors to safety, but Conrad's... We have done what we can for him. All that remains is to pray.
Conrad?
Is that you, Lise?
He's in some rough shape.
I can't see a damn thing.
That is hot.
Well, that's that then. Time's up.
What are you talking about? You'll be on your feet before you know it.
It's all right, Lise. I've lived long enough. But listen, I want you to lead the resistance in my stead.
Don't say another word. You'll recover. We'll recover. We'll bring freedom to Alamigo together. We're not going to stop here.
No, you won't. Everything we've built, everyone we've brought together, I know you'll show them the way. You've got it in you, Lise. Not because you're Curtis's daughter or Ida's sister, but because you're you. Because you're you.
Conrad.
Lead them to victory. To freedom.
I will, Conrad. I will. I promise.
Next round, double the charge.
Come, Nidhogg. We are needed.
I haven't seen him in a bit.
That's the cerulean pipeline!
broken one, then! Shoot the bastard! Shoot him!
I mean, he did his job. He tanked the floor. He blew up the floor.
My lance has slain far greater beasts. You're welcome, boy.
Notify all units! I want that intruder found! And get the engineers to fix my bloody cannon! The savages are coming!
We could have killed them. We could have walked away. But instead we tried to convince them to lay down their arms. We tried to seek a peaceful resolution. We showed them mercy, and this was their response. Fire and blood, this was their answer. Such crimes cannot go unpunished. They must not. God is my witness. There will be a reckoning. Okay. I think we're going to raid Rock. Thank you all for joining us here tonight. We will be back tomorrow night with more of Ghostwire Tokyo. Go ahead and copy this message in the chat. Paste it when we get moved over. He's playing something weird. Which is part of the reason why I'd be like, let's go raid him. Till next time, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening.